Hey guys, it's Cherish from the Motley News coming at you with a new year. Well, today's the 4th, but a video for the new year. As you can see, I got a new wig. Her name is Nisha. She's really cute. And I'm coming back with an announcement that's probably not very popular amongst my crowd of writer friends. I am a writer. I write blog stuff that you probably are already acquainted with, but I try to do creative writing too. And for the last 3 years, I've been plugging away at a novel that has seemed to go nowhere. About 200 pages in, and I have lost all complete enthusiasm and verve. Writing a novel is really hard. Writing a novel that is going nowhere after 200 pages is really, really hard. So I decided it's a new year, it's a new wig, and I am quitting. I'm quitting my novel. I'm killing the novel. I'm done writing it. And when I realized that I was done writing it, I felt so much relief. I have felt for a while that this thing had been dying for quite a while, and I feel like, what kind of person am I to not just take it on out of its misery? So I got to list making. I started making a list last night, and it's entitled, "What is Wrong with Your Book?" I had to lay it out super black and white and simple for myself. The book, by the way, is called The Bangkok Assignment. It is supposed to be a romance genre, action adventure, geopolitical thriller. See, when I'm describing it to you, that's where things have fucked up along the way. Like, I can't even describe it without getting super confused. But I went ahead and wrote a list of what is wrong with the book that I've been writing for 3 years and have only managed to get 200 pages out of. My characters were terrible. My characters were really flat, nothing well-rounded about them. They didn't seem like people that I wanted to know, which was their original purpose. They needed to be like likable, fun, interesting characters that have flaws and seem real. That never happened. And I devoted so much half-assed attention to them, which seems like an oxymoron, that I neglected all of the auxiliary characters, to the point where they just became kind of stage props for the scenery, and that didn't work out very well either. And I noticed I was starting to quickly do character development midway through those 100 or 200 pages, and it felt forced. It felt like I was overcompensating for something that should have been there straight from the beginning. I thought that I was injecting way too many issues in my fictitious narrative. It's supposed to take place in Bangkok, Thailand. I injected way too many topics, like important topics that probably deserve their own book. So I'm talking about sex trafficking, a crazy prime minister who is actually ruling Thailand right now. I'm talking about revolts, like coups, political coups. I even got into like the 2013 Asian migration with the refugees and everything. It got like way out of hand, and instead of spending enough time on just one or two of those issues, I tried to blaze through all of them, only hitting them very superficially. The reason why I did that, I think it was because I wanted to prove my ethos as a writer who did her research about another country's politics, culture, geopolitical situations that happen there. Instead, what happened was I just kind of got a surface level of all of those things, and they ended up feeling like Wikipedia entries instead of being totally immersed in the plot. That didn't work out very well. And then the tone of the novel. See, this is a video you didn't expect. Somebody who's been bashing her own work. But I have to, because I had to look at this stuff very honestly. The tone of my novel was really too lighthearted, like too comedy of errors, too flirty and cutesy, to the point where when I started writing about really difficult issues like refugees and sex trafficking, I couldn't make that transition very well at all. So these two things, call it a storm system, a warm front and a cold front coming together and creating a really mediocre storm of confusion. That's the metaphor I'm going to use. So all of this stuff is happening for 200 pages. I'm avoiding the manuscript. I don't even want to look at it. When I do, I kind of just distract myself by doing grammatical fixes with the stuff that I've already written. I'm not going anywhere new. I realize that I can't go anywhere new because something is crumbling at the foundation, and all I'm doing is just spackling it. Shit was going to fall apart eventually, and it has. And I feel okay with that. I thought I would feel like really devastated that 200 pages of work is going to end up in the trash. I'm not like deleting the computer file. I'm not insane. That's still like a lot of work. And if I do revive this project, I need notes from from the things that I did right, at least, right? So I don't know. I think I've learned a lot. When I was writing really, really terrible manuscripts as a 16, 17-year-old, I was not reading interesting things at all. I was watching a lot of stupid stuff. I was reading a lot of, pop culture junk food. I was doing a lot of that type of consumption. But since then, I've, gone to college, gotten a couple of degrees under my belt. I read real literature right now. I watch documentaries. I know what's going on in the world. I have a better grasp of history. So why am I still writing like 17-year-old Cherish? And I think that was a really hard thing to realize. I need to grow up with my writing. My ideas, my premises, all those things are great because I'm pretty good at coming up with good ideas, but the way I executed just felt really amateurish. It's something that I try to teach my students not to do, and I fell in the trap of being cliche and superficial. So that's the lesson I've learned from 2016. Sometimes you have to kill your novel, and sometimes it really sucks because you do feel like you've put a lot of work into something. But I think I put in the wrong kind of work for something. I didn't take myself seriously, and when I really think about it, is the Bangkok Assignment something that I would feel comfortable purchasing from a bookstore? No. I feel like I've learned enough from talking to actual authors to reading actual good books to know that book wasn't going to make it. And the sooner I come to grips with that, the sooner I can get on with doing other great things. So anyway, long story short, I'm quitting. While all of you are quitting junk food and smoking for the new year, I'm going to quit this novel and I'm going to give myself a break and say you deserve to do better projects. I don't think it's terribly disappointing, but it's a new revelation that I needed. Anyway, I'm going to come back at you guys with another video soon. We're going to talk about, other things in pop culture that are going on. I think I keep promising you a comic book video. We're going to get there. eventually. So stay tuned. That's how the 4th of January is going for me. I hope things are going well for you. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.